God's power within humanity, developed and narrated by Dr. C.X. Cockrum. First, I must explain scientifically the foundation for this profound message, which differs from what you have most likely heard. When the sperm and egg meet at conception, a flash of light can be seen, documented by scientists. At this point in conception, a spirit starts a journey to becoming a spirit clothed with skin. We are born into this world a spirit being with flesh. This is true of all births. At the core, Father God has placed this process into a reality since the beginning of time. This scientific truth has nothing to do with any religion or dogma. All humans had nothing to do with their physical birth or their spiritual birth. Everything was orchestrated by God our Father by design. We are a powerful spirit by design. That's just the truth. Cecil Cockrum. Imagine waking up every day feeling unstoppable, knowing you have the power to shape your life exactly as you want it. That sounds too good to be true. Well, what if I told you that this power isn't just a fantasy? It's already inside you, waiting to be tapped into. Welcome to a mind-blowing journey where we explore how to use the God-given power within you to manifest the life you've always dreamed. I'm talking about a revolutionary approach to living that's been hiding in plain sight. In this presentation, we're going to unpack it together. You see this incredible insight, a divine power, a sort of cosmic energy that's not just out there in the universe, but right here inside all of mankind. We can use it to solve our problems and create our desired life. It's like having a superpower that you didn't even know you had. I know what you're thinking. If I had some God-given power, wouldn't I know about it? Well, that's precisely what makes this so exciting. It's been with you all along, and today we learn how to switch it on. Think of it like, you know how you can flip a switch and instantly light up a room? You are tapping into the laws of electricity without even thinking about it. What we will explore today is just as simple, but infinitely more powerful. It's about flipping the switch on your connection to the divine mind, illuminating your life in ways that you didn't think possible. We're about to dive into a practical, down-to-earth approach to using this simple power that you'll wonder why nobody told you about it before. All right, let's dive deep into this mind-blowing concept. I want to introduce us to a simple and profound idea. There's a power for good in the universe that's greater than us, and here's the exciting part. We can tap into it and use it in our daily lives. I want you to think about something you do every day without even thinking about it. It's like when you flip a switch to turn on a light. What's happening is that you're not just moving a piece of plastic up and down. You're tapping into a fundamental law of the universe, the law of electricity. You're using a power that follows your wish, illuminating your space instantly. But here is where it gets exciting. This simple act of turning on a light is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a microcosm of a much bigger truth. Every scientific discovery and every technological advancement requires us to recognize and harness a power that's always been there. We didn't create electricity. We discovered how to use it. In the same way, I suggest that there's a greater power, a divine power, that we can tap into for every aspect of our lives. Just like electricity was always there waiting to be harnessed, this power for good has always been present, waiting for us to recognize and use it. Think about that for a moment. What if the same principle that allows you to light up a room could be applied to light up your entire life? What if you could flip the switch not just for light, but for joy, success, health, and fulfillment? That's the exciting possibility I am presenting to us now. Let's take this concept further and explore something that might initially seem out there. But stick with me because this is where it gets compelling. I am suggesting that being connected to the mind of God shouldn't feel any stranger than understanding that you exist within a force like gravity. Now I know what you're thinking. Connected to the mind of God. That sounds pretty far-fetched, so let's break it down. Think about gravity for a moment. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but you know it's there. It's a force constantly at work keeping you grounded, keeping the planets in orbit, and influencing everything in the universe. You're not the force of gravity itself, but you're constantly using it, benefiting from it, working within its laws. Now, what if I told you that the mind of God works similarly because it's an all-encompassing force, an infinite intelligence that permeates everything, just like gravity? You're not this force itself, but constantly immersed in and influenced by it. Here's the key. You can learn to work with it consciously. Let's take this even further. There's only one mind, the mind of God, and since we all have His life in us, we're all using God's mind even if we don't realize it. We each have unique personalities and individual expressions within this infinite divine mind. Imagine it like this. If the mind of God is in the vast ocean and each of us is like a unique wave on that ocean, we're individual and distinct, yet we're made of the same essence, connected to the whole. We're not separate from this divine mind, we're expressions of it. This isn't about religion or believing in a specific deity. It's about recognizing that there's an intelligence, a consciousness that underlies all of existence, and that we're intimately connected to it. It's about understanding that our minds are not isolated entities, but part of a greater whole. Now that we've explored this concept of being connected to a divine mind, let's talk about how this plays out in our everyday lives. We're talking about life, that intangible yet undeniable force that animates everything around us. Life in this context isn't just about being alive in the biological sense. It's a dynamic, powerful energy that makes everything work. It's the force behind growth, creativity, healing, and transformation. It's not just some abstract concept or philosophical idea. It's a tangible power you can feel and observe. Think about a seed growing into a tree, wound healing, or even the constant renewal of cells in your body. That's this life force. It's inside you, around you, and flowing through you every moment of every day. But here's where it gets fascinating. This life force, this connection to the divine mind, is not something you have to earn or achieve. It's not reserved for saints or gurus. It's a gift already given to you simply by your existence. You've had this incredible superpower, and we're just now learning how to use it. Imagine having the world's most advanced smartphone, but you've only been using it to make calls. Now you're discovering all its amazing apps and features, and that's what we're doing here, unlocking the full potential of this divine gift we all possess. This life force is the same power that keeps the planets in orbit, causes seeds to sprout, drives evolution, and is the same power that you can tap into to transform your life, solve problems, and manifest your desires. Remember, just like gravity, it doesn't discriminate. It affects everything equally. This life force, this divine mind, doesn't play favorites because it's always available to everyone. It is vital to learn to align yourself and work in harmony with it rather than against it. Now that we've laid the groundwork for understanding this incredible concept, let's dive into how we can use this divine connection in our everyday lives. This is where the rubber meets the road, where philosophy transforms into practical action. The key to tapping into this power, the power lies in shifting your mindset. It's about aligning your thoughts and beliefs with the infinite wisdom of the divine mind. Here are some practical steps to help you do that. Focus on solutions, not problems. This is crucial when faced with a challenge. Instead of saying, I have a problem and don't know what to do, try thinking, I have an opportunity to grow, and I trust that divine guidance will show me the way. This simple shift in perspective opens you up to receiving insights and solutions you might otherwise miss. Set aside some quiet time each day to connect with this divine power. This could be through meditation, prayer, or just silent reflection. The intention during this time is different than the form. Quiet your mind and open yourself to guidance. You might be surprised at the insights that come to you when you create space for them. Our thoughts have tremendous power. By consciously choosing positive thoughts, we align ourselves more closely with the positive energy of the divine. Try starting each day with affirmations like I am connected to infinite wisdom, or divine guidance flows through me, showing me the perfect solution to every situation. Trust the process. Remember, in the mind of God, there are no big or small problems. Everything is equally manageable. Trust that the answers are already there, waiting for you to discover them. This trust itself is a powerful force that opens doors and creates opportunities. Act on your intuition as you practice these techniques. You'll likely have more aha moments or gut feelings, so don't dismiss these, because they could very well be divine guidance speaking to you. Act on these intuitions even if they don't always make logical sense initially. Practice gratitude, because gratitude is a powerful way to align yourself with the positive flow of life each day. Take time to appreciate the good in your life. No matter how small, because this puts you in a receptive state for more blessings and solutions to come your way. Visualize your desired outcome by using the power of your imagination, which is itself a divine gift. Spend time each day visualizing your life as you want it to be, feeling the emotions of having already achieved your goal. This isn't mere daydreaming. It's a powerful way of communicating your desires to the divine mind. Remember, these practices aren't about forcing change through sheer willpower. They're about aligning yourself with the flow of divine wisdom and allowing it to work through you. It's a partnership between your divine expression and the infinite power of the universe. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but my problems are real and complex, so how can this possibly help with the concrete challenges I'm facing? I hear you, and I want to address this head on. First, let's acknowledge that, yes, life can be tough. We all face challenges that sometimes seem overwhelming, but here's where this teaching becomes genuinely transformative. Everything changes when you see your challenges as opportunities to express your true self and tap into that infinite wisdom. It's not about ignoring your problems or pretending they don't exist. It's about approaching them with a new perspective. When you understand that you have the entire universe's wisdom at your disposal, problems start to look different. They become growth opportunities and chances to demonstrate the power of divine guidance in your life. Let's take a common challenge many people face, like financial difficulties. The conventional approach might be to stress out, seeing it as an insurmountable obstacle, but with this new understanding, you might approach it differently. You could use your connection to divine wisdom to inspire new ideas. You might find yourself guided to unexpected opportunities or discover resources you didn't know you had. Another example is to consider relationship problems. Instead of seeing them as failures or dead ends, you could view them as opportunities to tap into the infinite love and wisdom of the divine mind. This might lead you to new compassion, communication, and understanding levels. Even health challenges can be approached differently. While this doesn't mean ignoring medical advice, it does mean complementing it with a deep trust in the life force flowing through you, supporting your body's natural healing abilities. The key is to remember that just as gravity always works, whether you think about it or not, this divine guidance is always there, ready to help you find the best path forward. Your job is not to figure everything out independently, but to open yourself to this guidance and act on it. It's also important to be patient as you learn to work with this power. Like any skill, it takes practice. You might not see dramatic changes overnight, but you likely notice subtle shifts as you consistently apply these principles. Solutions might appear more readily. You might find yourself feeling more peaceful in the face of challenges. Opportunities might show up in unexpected places. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. You're working in partnership with the most potent force in the universe, and that partnership can help you overcome any challenge that comes your way. As we wrap up these profound teachings, please take a moment to let this sink in. You have a connection to the infinite wisdom and power of the universe. You don't need to achieve or earn this because it's already there, waiting for you to recognize and use it. Imagine how your life could be transformed if you started approaching each day with this understanding. What if instead of feeling overwhelmed by problems, you saw them as opportunities to express divine wisdom? What if you recognized your infinite potential instead of feeling limited by your circumstances? This isn't about magical thinking or ignoring the realities of life. It's about tapping into a more profound truth, a power that's been with you all along. It's about recognizing that you're not just a physical being trying to make it through life, but a spiritual being with access to infinite resources. So here's my challenge to you. Start today with just one of the practices we discussed. Maybe it's setting aside time for daily connection or practicing positive affirmations. Perhaps it's approaching a current challenge in your life from this new perspective. Whatever you choose, commit to it for the next week and see what happens. Remember, this is a journey. You're developing a new way of thinking, which takes time, so be patient with yourself. Also be consistent. The power is already within you. Now it's time to switch it on and let it illuminate your entire life. Please share it with someone who might need this message and let me know at drcecilateach@acttruth.net. Let me know how you plan to use this God-given power. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey of discovery. Remember, you are connected to the universe's infinite wisdom, so use it, trust it, and watch your life transform. Be blessed because you already are, according to Ephesians 1:3.